Hi friends, it's Miss Kim from the Evanston Public Library again, back again with another story time. Today's story time has sort of a loose theme, and I'll tell you later how our two books actually connect to the craft I have planned. But I've realized since I've been locked up in my house, just like you're locked up in yours, I have a lot of books about space and dogs, and not a lot else. So we've already done those themes, so let's see where this takes us today. Our first book is called Star in the Jar. This is by Sam Hay and Sarah Massini, and I am reading it with permission from Sourcebooks. My little brother likes to look for treasure. Tickly treasure. You see what he's got there? He's got a feather, very tickly. Glittery treasure, even trash can treasure. I don't want trash can treasure. But one day he found something extra special. So special, I thought it must belong to someone else. Do you see what he has there? He has a star. We asked the helpful girl from school, but she said it wasn't hers. We showed it to the lunch lady, but it wasn't hers either. We asked the sheriff, but he shook his head. The fairies hadn't lost it, nor had the wizards. If no one has lost it, my little brother said, that means I can keep it. My pages. My little brother loved his new treasure. He put it in a jar and carried it everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Whoop. As day turned into night, the little treasure got shinier, but it didn't look happy. Then my little brother spotted something. Up high in the dark, dark sky, there was a message. Do you see the message? Lost, one small star. It's here, my little brother shouted to the sky. But the little star's friends were too far away to hear. We had to help the star get back home. We tried climbing up high, teaching it to fly, and bouncing the star back up to the sky. But nothing worked. Maybe the little star would have to stay in the jar forever. Then an idea popped into my head. I raced inside and looked in every cabinet and every drawer. I found flashlights and twinkling lights, book lamps and bike lights, glow sticks and headlamps, and we sent a message back. Do you think the stars saw that? Let's see. And then the sky began to crackle and fizz, and the stars joined together and made a long, swirly, sparkly silver chain all the way down to our backyard. And they lifted their little friend gently back up to the sky. My little brother felt sad. He'd lost his special treasure. But then, thank you, friend. He realized he hadn't lost his treasure. He'd made a friend. A forever friend who would twinkle to him to sleep every night. Good night, star. Our next book is a very sweet story called Little Bunny on the Move. This is written and illustrated by Peter McCarty, and I am reading this with permission from Henry Holt, a division of Macmillan Publishing. It was time for a little bunny to be on the move. From here to there, a bunny goes where a bunny must. There he is. Bunny, bunny, going down the path. Bunny, bunny, aren't you turning back? Where are you going, little bunny? Past one brown cow? Past 5 fat sheep? They're very fluffy. This bunny would not stop. Over train tracks. Carefully, of course. Through a fence. This bunny could not stop. This bunny had a place to go. Bunny, bunny, the sky is turning black. Bunny, bunny, aren't you going back? Will you stop to sleep, little bunny? He's taking a nap. Hello, little bunny, hello. A voice wakes the sleeping bunny. Do you need a place to stay? Do you need a home? No, thank you, not today. The bunny would not become someone's pet. This bunny would not stay. Through the trees, across an open field. This bunny would not look back. This bunny had come a long way. Bunny, bunny, going up the hill. Bunny, bunny, can you not sit still? Where are you going, little bunny? Here. I'm going here. You see, I have a home. And this bunny did have a home. This bunny did have a place to stay. So now for our craft, which is sort of connected to our stories today. We read a story about a bunny, and it's springtime, a time when bunnies are out a lot. So I thought we would do a spring painting craft. So I've got some paint here and a paper plate to put it on, and I've got a piece of paper that I'm gonna paint on. But the really fun part is I'm gonna use this paper towel tube to make stamps so I can stamp my picture. So what you're gonna do, I've got scissors and a paintbrush because you can add embellishments later with the paintbrush if you want to. So right now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just gonna cut sections of my paper towel tube to use, ooh, there it goes, to use as stamps. You don't want any scraps on there. Try to do it in one continuous cut. It comes out better in the long run. I'm going to do a couple of different ones here. And I'm not cutting them any particular size. I'm just sort of eyeballing that. Okay, so we've got our scissors and leftover paper towel hold if I wanted to do more. So now how you're going to make these stamps, I don't like this one, it's not even, this one was nice, is you're going to fold these into what you want it to look like, the shape you're looking for. I did one the other day. I had some circle ones. I folded some to look like flower petals, and then I folded some to look like leaves. So I'm going to fold, this is where my star in the jar picture comes in. I'm going to try and fold some of these into some star shapes. So you want to look, if you look, you can see it's not very evenly cut here on this side. You can see this weird overlap down here. So I'm going to use the more even side that I cut up here. And I'm going to fold it in half one way, and then I'm going to fold it in half the other. There's nothing super scientific about this. If you wanted to fold it like this, you could also trim off some edges to make sure you get a nice flat stamp. So now I'm also going to try to fold in. This is how I'm making my star. So I've made like a square. You can see that? I made a square. So I'm going to try and fold in, and it might fight you a little bit because it's cardboard and it likes to do that. I'm going to fold in my sides. You can see how I'm doing that. And I'm going to do these other sides. And now I've got kind of a star shape. So that's one. That one looks relatively even. I'm still gonna squish it and trim off some bits just so I get a nice, because it'll stamp better if you have a nice flat bottom to it. So I think I'm gonna leave this one, well, maybe I'll pinch it and flatten out the top a little bit here. And you see how this is pulling away inside here? You probably don't want to use that as your stamping edge because that's gonna not give you a nice clean look. So I've got sort of a teardrop shape going with this one. That's how I made the flower petals with the other one. And then I'm gonna flatten this one out. That's actually pretty straight. I'm gonna leave that one on. This one I'm going to make look like a leaf. So I think that it's gonna be pointy at one end. And I'm gonna try to sort of curve it a little bit so you get sort of a leaf shape. Open that side up, curve that side. So there's my leaf. So now let's get these bits out of the way. Now we've got our paint. I've got red, blue, and green. You use whatever you have. Shake that up a little bit. You definitely want some adult supervision with this because it's paint. It's washable, but it's still paint. And paint gets on things. Shake that up. And the reason I didn't fill that in is because these aren't filled in. So I really don't need to fill it in too much because I just need to get the outside of my, see, got paint on myself. I gotta be careful not to touch anything. You gotta get paint on the outside of your stampers, just on the edge. You don't need to have paint in the middle because there is no middle. So put some green on here. That's making some fun noises. All right, so now I've got my stampers, I've got my paint, and I have my paper. So now I just have to decide what am I gonna do. I think my blue stamp, blue paint, you can sort of mix it around, make sure you get paint all over your stamp, and then put it on your paper. You can probably get two to three stamps, depending on how much paint you have on your stamper. So that's that one. Let me do the red one next and spread that out a little bit. And you can, I mean, if you want to use more paint, you can. It's up to you. You just want to make sure you get enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is kind of a fun, abstract-y sort of an art project. Do one more. And then the really fun part is you can always go back and add things later with markers or crayons. So let's do our green now. I'm going to have one come out this way. And one come out up here. Here we go. There's my fun little stamping picture. And you can go back later, take your paintbrush if you want to add some little embellishments to your leaves. Or like I'll probably come back later and I'll color this in with yellow because I think that the inside of flowers looks really nice yellow. And maybe you want to do pink or green or purple or who knows what you want to do. I did purple. I kind of mixed my blue and my red together when I did this the other day. I made sort of a purpley color. It's fun because it's a metallic-y blue, so it came out kind of interesting. To do this, I just kept doing the flower print, except now I overlapped two of my stamps. That's how I got this cool image there. But either way, I think it looks really neat. And Mother's Day is coming up. Could make a good card for Mother's Day. May Day is coming up. It's a good celebration of spring, so that's why we're doing some flowers here. But have fun with it. You can make whatever shape stamps you want. You could probably even make a square if you wanted to have a square, make a triangle. See what kind of shapes you can come up with and what your picture ends up looking like when you're finished. I wish I could see them, my friends, because I'm sure they are all beautiful. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.